Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi ta'ala wabarakatuh. Kaifa halukum everyone? I hope that everybody is in good condition and stay safe at home. So today we are going to cover the last topics in our module, which is a contemporary issue of a container terminal. So in this topic, we are going to cover four main issues, which are Industrial Revolution 4.0, SOLS, Sultanate of Oman Logistics Strategy 2040, and COVID-19, the current situation that we have now. And the last one issue is about the fuel price crisis. Finally, we are going to integrate these four elements into one contemporary global issue. So this is about Industrial Revolution 4.0. This topic has been discussed in if I'm not mistaken, in topic 7 related to automated container terminal. Okay, so this part we are not going to discuss further because we already done it before. Okay, just as a brief of explanation, you see that now we are we are in this particular area today. So Industrial 4.0, we are now depending on cyber physical system, Internet of Things, and networks. Okay, so a number of digital technologies lie at the heart of Industrial Revolution 4.0, including big data, the industrial Internet of Things, robotic, artificial intelligence, and of course additive manufacturing. So this definition of Industrial Revolution has also been discussed before. We're going to skip this. And this is a template of IR 4.0. Everything has to be linked one to another. If you see that here, what we need is the strong internet access in order to make sure that we are able to cover everything's Internet of Things easily. So come to the issue of IR 4.0 to the container terminal, we see that the challenges faced by maritime sector while preparing 4.0. So there are a few elements that have been discussed before, which are unclear economic benefits, excessive investment, insufficient qualification or skill, lack of standard in supply chains, low maturity levels of the required technologies, concern of data security, lack of support from governments, low expansion in basic infrastructure. The main idea is it necessary to follow IR 4.0 global trend, or is just like kind of just a philosophy? We don't need to follow it. So now it's depend to the industrial technologies, is depend on the industrial trend globally. So the second one, we are looking at the central logistics, seaport centric logistics. So we have a seaport, we have multimodal system, which is located at logistics area. We have a dry port, we have a freight corridor. So all these things are required flexibility of labor structure, high skill levels, educations, adapting skill, and infrastructure sustainability. So everything have to work together in order to have C4-centric logistics system. So the second point, now we are talking about Sultanate of Oman Logistics Strategy 2040. This has been introduced by Oman Global Logistics by 2019. So according to these visions, so we are expecting that by 2014, Oman can be at the top 10 global integrated logistics service provider by having these four information: multimodal service provider, leading and in leveraging next generation technologies, enabling the development of private sectors, and successful financial and able to attract private sector's capital. So now we are in the current situation 2020. We have another next 20 years to go in order to achieve this goal or this vision 2040. So this is just a kind of a summary of that. You can look at this one. And then it's come to the issue of this particular source. 2040 and IR 4.0, how we want to make link between these two issues. So the first one we'll see from the top level management, which is top level management refer to concentrated of producing a developing policies, targets, regulation, which are policy makers. So if you can see that in this area there are global approach, which is Industrial Revolution 4.0, and we also have national approach cover from Sultanate of Oman Logistics Strategy 2040. However, from the bottom level management mindset, who are there? They are the industrial players who are operating the system, generating income, running the operation. They are more. There are a little conflicts happen between the top level management and the bottom level management. So at top level management, they are planning to produce a good policy on paper. However, the implementation have to be under the bottom level management. So we have to understand whether the company are ready to support this policy or not. The company are ready to follow the guideline or policy in order to achieve these two goals from the top one. And how about the human capital development? We are required a new skill set for the workers. We are required for the new knowledge to the students and employees. All these things have to be covered. On top of that, we need to have one comprehensive blend framework in integrated way between IR 4.0 and SOLS 2040. So again, this matter has been discussed before in this graph has been discussed before in topic 7 about automated container terminal, but I just want to come across which this issue. Thus, it raised to a question on how to comprehensively blend in integrated way between both the IR 4.0 and the SOLS 2040. How do the logistic company in Oman ready to accept these particular changes and challenges? What will be the appropriate strategy for human capital development in order to support the SOLS 2040 and the IR 4.0 in Oman? So, then we come up with the hot topic recently that we have facing now, which is COVID-19. So this COVID-19 has been spread from Wuhan, China, and be started in 31st December last year, 2019. Until now, after 4 months already, we passed through all this process, all this scenario. We are not fully recovered. I mean, the global is not fully recovered yet. So let me see how does COVID-19 giving impact or depressions on the global trend. A new port economic impact barometer has reported steady overall port cargo volumes for the weeks beginning 30 March, but warns that the full impact of coronavirus on container volume is yet to come. Then we see in the global impact on a container operations status due to the COVID-19. Key elements of the supply chains like warehousing, terminal, and custom operation might suffer disruptions, some people said. However, according to the research that has been done by Safety 4C, mentioned that port face the economic impact on COVID-19. The cruise industry are the major industry impact due to this coronavirus. However, container ships still calling port carrying import cargo for local consumption face delay, and most cargo are still stored in the port storage area. Speaking for cargo delay, only 7 out of 10 ports with inland barge operation indicates that there are no extra delay. However, only 2 out of 10 reported a little bit minor delay. This minor delay due to the longer shift change over time, which as a result of social distance and cleaning equipment. but the rest are okay. As a conclusion, we can say that in a global practice mentioned, COVID-19 crisis has resulted in 36% of the port reporting and increasing in utilizations of warehousing and distribution facilities for foodstuff and medical suppliers, while only 1 out of 10 ports marked is a minor underutilization. So this study has been done by Professor Theo Noteboom, which was my professor before in Belgium. Okay, mentioned about the scenario of coronavirus crisis according to the China container volume. So we can see that the different impact of decline of a container movement throughput at China. This is become huge different. However, exposure of ports to China, there are only a few slight difference in terms of container traffic. So, experience of Oman. Let me see Oman's port. How does it experience on the COVID-19? So, we see here Oman maritime trade not impacted by COVID-19. Is it true? Yes, let me see. From the Oman Observer News is mentioned that the three principal gateway at Sohar, Dukums and Salalah continues uninterrupted. Okay, it's also business as usual at Port of Salalah, the Sultanate transshipments and logistics hub. So we can see that here only the cruise traffic are expected to be suspended. However, container and other general cargo vessels continue to call at the gateway. There is no issue at all. Business continuity plan at Sohar has been activated and continue to ensure that all safety precautions have been set in place. Moreover, all employees at Sohar Port and Free Zone have been informed about their roles and responsibility. So this is one of the notice been issued by Port of Salalah on updating the COVID-19 to the client. According to Hutchinson Port Sohar, it's mentioned that in quarter 1 2020 there are 26% increase in number of vessel calls, 71% growth in transit shipment volumes, 23% increase in project shipments. It seems that COVID-19 doesn't impact much on container operations at Sohar. So the last point we're going to discuss is about the dramatically drop on fuel price recently that happened. So let me see that this fuel price scenario or crisis has been happened globally, but somehow or other it become a good to the transporter, to the vessel company, because if you have low fuel prices, then it will benefit more on vessel or transport company, because as you know that the fuel price cover up to 60% of the total cost of the expenses for one particular transport. So by having low price or low fuel price, it seems that it's very benefit and good for the company. How about container terminal? Yes, it is also very good for the container terminal. There is no issue at all, nothing to deal with this, except for the gas and oil industry. Fuel cost not an issue for container shipping industry. Oil price will continue to be more than reasonable, and it will be good for the transportation business. However, the challenge now is to get the demand back. We have the less cargo volume to be handled. Due to the COVID-19. At the same time, the fuel price the fuel price has been reduced a lot. Then now the challenge is to bring the demand in order to ensure that we are able to cope and to get more benefit from this reductions of the fuel price cost. And finally, we come out with the point number 5 is integrated contemporary global issue. So as we discussed just now about 4 elements parameter, which are IR 4.0, SOLS 2040, COVID-19, and fuel price crisis. Then how does these 4 elements was happen simultaneously impact or giving impact to the container terminal performance? How do the 4 elements issue affects the performance of container terminal? Is the container terminal performance will be good or moderate or worse? Due to that, all of you are required to answer these following surveys by click this link. As a conclusion for this one, so we according to the study done by Decode EFS Analysis 2020 describe the potential loser industry and the winner industry due to the COVID-19. So now look at yourself, look at each industry and plan for yourself in the next 5 years. Which industry are you going to involve? How is going to be look like? So plan for your future. Now we see that the loser industry, the most one is tourism and leisure. The second one is the aviation and maritime industry, which are related to our field now. Automation, manufacturing, financial industry, and oil and gas. Somehow this is industry are very impacted now. And the potential winner industry are medicals, food processing, health, personal and healthcare, ICT, and etc. Okay, thank you very much. This is the end of this topic. I wish you enjoy and stay safe at home. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.